So that's that. The university programs team, they're everything related to do with students. So when Google comes around recruiting, looking for students to hire out or whatever, this team is the one that runs all the student recruiting events. They handle all the interviews. They do internships. They do scholarships. And so yeah, so anything student related is related to the university programs team. Open source team, open source is something that Google cares about significantly. So the open source team is responsible for supporting open source projects, conferences, and things like that. They're the ones that run the Summer of Code and Code-In. So if you've never heard of the Summer of Code before, Summer of Code is basically, let's say you're a student, you forgot to go get an internship, and you forgot the whole interview cycle. You blew past it. It's May. You're desperate. All right. Summer of Code will actually pair you with an open source project that really needs some real work done. Right. You'll be coding a pretty large project. You'll be paired up with a mentor who's already in industry, and you'll have something that you can put on your resume and code that you could show to potential companies that you want to work for. So it's a really great experience to kind of, because open source teams need volunteers, and you guys need some real life work experience, right? So that's a good project, good program. The other one that's related to that is the Code-In. So this is very similar to Summer of Code. The only difference is this is for high school students between 13 and 17. So instead of getting like a massive project to do over the summer, you get these small little bite-sized tasks that you do, and then you're measured on how many of these tasks you complete. All right? So that's a Code-In. The developer groups, this is our global user group program. As you can tell, we have a lot of user groups out there. We have more than 400 groups across more than 100 countries, and there's at least 10 user group meetings every day. They used to be called GTUGs, or Google Technology User Groups, but we rebranded it to developers because that's really the main focus. So that's that. There's probably one in Boulder, Denver somewhere. All right. And some of them are even university-based too, but you have to have a lot of excitement about Google to actually have a user group like this. All right. And then just keep an eye out for our blog. Our blog has we have all of our teams have multiple releases every week, so the blog is the best place, a single place to kind of check for updates. So this just happens to be the post that I did for when I launched the Academy in the University Consortium at the last Google I/O last year. And that's it as far as the intro.